Hello students, welcome to our today's online session. How are you all? Today we are going to discuss a new poem in our textbook. The first poem in our textbook, My Mother at 66, written by the versatile poetess of Malayalam, Madhavi Kutty. She is also known as Kamala Suraya and Kamala Das. So through her poem, she touches the human emotions very well. So in this poem also, she is talking something which is an inevitable part of our human life. Inevitable means which cannot be avoided. Death, definitely. As birth is the truth, death is another truth in human life. So she is talking something about it. And also the poem talks about the strong bonding between mother and daughter. Madhavi Kutty or Kamala Suraya and her mother. The bonding between the poetess and her mother. Now look at the poem. A lot of poetic devices are there in the poem. You have to find it out. Okay. Now look at your textbook. The first poem, My Mother at 66. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me, doors open mouthed, her face ashen like that of a corpse, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes, but after the airport security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her, wan, pale as a late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear. But all I said was, "See you soon, Amma." All I did was smile and smile and smile. So, did you understand what this poem is about? No? Look. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning. So, what was our poetess doing? She was moving to airport. She was driving to airport. She is moving from her parents' house to her house. So, she is in a car. She is driving to airport. She is moving to Cochin airport last Friday morning. So, her mother is beside her, nearby her. I saw my mother beside me. So, my mother who is sitting beside me, I looked at her. I saw means I looked at my mother who is sitting beside me in the vehicle. Doors, open mouthed, her face ashen like that of a corpse. So, how is my mother looking? She is dozing. Dozing means half asleep, right? She is dozing. She is taking a nap and also with her mouth open. So these elderly people, when they sleep, out of this difficulty to take the breath, they will keep their mouth open. Some of them will keep their mouth open while they take a nap. So here, Madhavi Kutty also noticed that her mother is dozing off nearby her, beside her with her mouth open and her face ashen like that of a corpse. And her face is so ashen. Ashen means faded, dull, like that of a corpse, that of a dead body. So it is there is no blood on her face. So her face is so pale, like ashen, like that of a corpse. So the comparison is done using the word like. Poetic device is simile. So her face ashen like that of a corpse, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked. And Madhavi Kutty realized the truth that her mother is as old as she looks. So her mother became old. So she realized that her mother is getting old, aging. But soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting. So I gave up all those thoughts and I looked out of the vehicle and I saw the trees sprinting. How the trees will sprint? Sprint means jumping and running, right? How the trees will sprint? You might have noticed when you are traveling in a vehicle, you will feel that the trees are moving in opposite direction when the vehicle is moving fast. So that is what poetess also mentioned over here. The trees sprinting means the trees are there. When the vehicle moves fast forward, the trees seemed to move backward. So here she is telling that the tree is sprinting. The merry children spilling out of their homes, and children, merry children, happy children, they are moving out, running, spilling out, running out of their homes. So what is the thing she is doing here? The poetess is making a contrast between the world inside the vehicle and the world outside the vehicle. The world inside the vehicle means her mother. Her mother's face is so dull, so pale, and she is comparing her mother's face to that of a corpse, and she realizes the thing that her mother is getting aged, and the world outside, it is very young, it is sprinting, it is moving very happily. So the poetess is trying to draw a contrast between the world inside the vehicle and the world outside the vehicle. So inside the vehicle means her mother, her aging mother, who lost all the life from her face. Okay, so here the poetess is making the contrast between the world. But after the airport security check, standing a few yards away, so after the security check in the airport, standing far away, few yards away, I looked at her van, pale as a late winter's moon. Again, I looked at my mother. So after the security check, I again looked at my mother standing a yards away, and again I saw that my mother's face is so wan. Wan means anemic, so pale, and as a late winter moon. So just like a winter moon. What is special about winter moon? That shining will be very less, right? Because of this fog, the moon will be shaded, means hiding behind the fog and all. So moon won't be that bright. So my mother's face also lost that brightness of the youth. Now she is so wan, she is so pale as a winter's moon, her face, and felt that old familiar ache. And again that old familiar ache came back to my mind, my childhood's fear. So my childhood fear. What is her childhood fear? The fear of losing her mother. So that pain, that ache came back again, my childhood fear, when I looked at my mother standing a few yards away. When I saw her wan, pale face, that childhood fear came back again. But all I said was, "See you soon, Amma." But I didn't want to show that to my mother. I didn't want to show my concern, fear to my mother. So what I said? But I said, "See you soon, Amma. We will meet again soon, Amma." All I did was smile and smile and smile. And after saying this, I just smiled and smiled and smiled. What is that? Why that smile is given again and again? There is a poetic device. Why repetition is there? Why it is given again and again? Because the poetess wants to assure her mother, giving an assurance to her mother that they will meet again. So she is trying to hide her fear from her mother and giving her mother the assurance that they will soon meet again. So this is our poem. The poem shows the bonding between the mother and the daughter, and the poem shows the poetess' concern about her mother. Fear, her childhood fear of losing her mother. Everything is back. Again, the poetess is trying to make a contrast between the world, her mother's world, and the world outside. Here, the world inside the vehicle is so wan and pale and lifeless, it is aging. The world outside is so young and it is sprinting merrily. So, this is our poem, My Mother at 66. Read the poem very well. Find out all the poetic devices used over here. Simile and repetition is used here. So find out where it is. If possible, find whether the poem has a rhyme scheme too. So attend the test today itself. Download the notes today itself. We can meet in our next session. Thank you. Take care.